Hello everybody, welcome to Time Saw Trash. I'm your host this week, Ben. With me as always is...
Dan.
James.
Christian.
Sorry.
And with Zack Snyder's Justice League right around the corner, 1 or 2 weeks away. In prep for that, we are now taking a look at his previous film, 300. I'm quite excited. I don't quite know how this is going to go. It's Zack Snyder with more of his signature style. It's also a comic book adaptation of Frank Miller's work. So we're going to see how this goes. I've seen it a couple times. I think it's pretty hilarious. Way funnier than the previous episode of Time Saw Trash, Norbit.
The less said about Norbit, the better.
Let's forget
we've done that.
Episode
We're moving on.
So what's everybody's relationship with this film, Dan?
Like, obviously we all know the memes, this is Sparta and tonight we dine in hell and what have you. So it's obviously got a reputation with people since it came out. But I thought it was really stupid but really entertaining. So let's see what I think.
What about you, James?
This is another film on the long list of films where I know that I've seen it, I just really don't remember anything about it. I don't think I've seen it since I was sort of like 10 or 11, watching it at like sleepovers. I don't remember it being funny, so I'm very confused about what you're on about, Ben. So I guess we'll see.
Maybe
It's
not
a comedy.
funny, but it makes me laugh.
Right, okay.
Christian, what is your relationship with this film?
There was a lot of hype built around it for me. I'd been told by friends how good it was. And, I'd heard the references everywhere. I've been to Download Festival. I'd heard, the chants of Spartans, what is your profession, throughout crowds at metal gigs. And, I was like, okay, this movie must be really good. Sat down, watched it, it finished, and I was like, that was not very good.
We should probably preface this video with the fact that part of the reason we're doing this is because Christian hates Zack Snyder films.
Oh yes, there is that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his style. It does not gel with me.
Visually is quite interesting though, don't you think?
They always look good.
No, they hurt my eyes.
Just no.
Are we all ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, guys, so there we go. 300 Spartans fought down the entire Persian army.
You can tell Ben paid real close attention to this film.
There was a shred of doubt when I thought, are they fighting the Persians, or have the Persians bowed down to Xerxes? But no, it's all one and the same.
I don't think it really matters.
Why do you think it not really matters, Dan? Have you got thoughts?
I do have some thoughts, yeah. Perhaps it'll surprise you though. I actually kind of enjoy this film. I think it's a really stupid film. It's really, really dumb. There's no plot. I think at one point I said, these battle scenes have to be so long. They have to be so long because there's no plot.
The whole film wasn't a battle scene. There was at least half an hour of a walking scene to the battle.
Oh yeah,
remember they start and then they walk there and then they fight and then the film ends.
I think it doesn't try to be anything too clever though, does it? It doesn't try to be anything more than what it is, which is just a kind of dumb I'm not saying that in an insulting way, just a bit of a daft action movie that throws out all historical accuracy and it's just completely over the top and exaggerated, and obviously it's based on a graphic novel. It very much wears that influence on its sleeve. It looks like a comic book.
Absolutely, I think you're right in that it is that idea that it doesn't try to be something it's not. It knows it's a bit silly, it's here for the action, and it's here to look good, but maybe not have that much substance, and that's okay.
Yeah.
The majority of the film is within flashback within David Wenham's story because he's riling up the men. So all the mental, more fantasy Lord of the Rings-esque elements of goat people and mutant men,
giant elephants,
these elephant, the Lord of the Rings elephant type creatures. It's so high. This is like this grand fake fable that he's telling to the men. It's almost like their imagination or how he's embellished the story to kind of rile them up. That's kind of how I saw it as.
I tell you what, they must have got bored stood on that cliff listening to the story for that long.
I bet only 30 of them only heard that story. The other, what, 29,800 and so men just kind of stood around for like an hour and 55 minutes, being like, bloody hell, I don't know what he's talking about. But, I'm really cold.
Talking of the goat person, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because the film is full of weird stuff, big, basically essentially at one point they fight the immortals, don't they? And they're to all intents and purposes just monsters. But it did go a little bit too far with the goat thing.
Okay, this is not supposed to be historically accurate.
Oh, is it a man dressed as a goat?
It's like a half goat, half person thing.
Yeah, that's insane, man. That's crazy.
So because the film was kind of pitched as this like story grand fable, and it went so far left into straight near fantasy for me, I personally didn't have a problem with from what I know, the glaring historical inaccuracies. Christian, you may have a differing opinion.
I thought this film was stupid.
Nah,
I
it's
don't-
highbrow cinema.
But in a good way, though.
That's what I mean. I don't disagree with you, but that's also kind of why I enjoyed it.
Listen, guys, you like f***ing films about flying men and f***ing God knows what else.
I just find it weird when they take a historical event and then they're like, okay, we're going to read every single painstaking detail and then ignore them all and do some weird mythical fantasy stuff. It's like, but there was weird mythical fantasy stuff you could have done that wasn't based on this. Just do something else.
I'll be honest, I'd rather a film focus more on being entertaining than
But this
to
wasn't
the
even
letter.
entertaining.
Yeah, but it is though, isn't it? It's some cool looking action. It's fun enough. It's fine. I'll tell you what, I wasn't bored. I was never bored during this film.
The slow-mo was fun the first time. The 684th time, I was like, can we just finish this movie now? If you get rid of all of the slow-mo, this film is 15 minutes long.
I guess if they were all dressed as Transformers, you'd like it though. You know.
Ooh.
Yeah. That film had no slow-mo. There's one character that moves at super speed. He moves at double speed. So
Yeah, if all the action was cartoon and poorly drawn, you'd love it.
I probably would.
It kind of tries to be a bit more of a real film and like the wider implications with the side plot with the Queen and trying to and like the worldly
Yeah.
aspect and like just because it's like stuck in this kind of dumb film of Spartans fighting these orc Uruk-hai men and giant elephants. I was like, I'm not bothered by Cersei Lannister. Maybe because it's post Game of Thrones, I don't care to see it anymore. I kind of just like, I know you're trying, but go cut back to the Spartans, please.
I just want to know if the Spartans really know what their job is.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Not really a job, is it?
I think, are they just the soldiers? They're just soldiers, aren't they?
I think that's the point of what that scene is saying. Like, all the other people that turn up is like, oh, I'm a potter, I'm a this.
Yeah.
And Leonidas is like, no, you're not. You're a warrior. Like, these people, they have nothing outside of the battlefield. They live and breathe for fighting.
I think that was like one of the issues with the film is that it's very, very one note. Just like the Spartans are very one note, the film is very, very one note.
There was the odd moment where they were fighting and like someone's helmet got knocked off or they took it off. I was like, oh, that's that guy. Oh, I thought that was someone completely different.
How can you not say they're not different? Michael Fassbender was the one that jumped about a lot. He was leaping all over the place. That guy's got thighs. He can just jump, man.
Whoa, look at the hops on him.
In it. If this was like a real film, the Arcadians would be your main characters. These were the heroes that kind of start off with,
They were more interesting.
and they go on more of the journey. You're just a potter. You're coming from nothing. You have the arc to become like the warrior and save the day or something. That would be like your real film. But now, instead, we're following these almost supernatural, like the bit where the wall bit when they go push, and then suddenly they just push back a horde of men with their pure strength.
The Spartans are more interesting when you realise that in the actual story, the reason that they were 300 men left to defend that one area was because they were defending the area while the rest of the Greek army moved backwards. They were like the last line of defence. They like gave their lives to protect the rest of the Greek army so that Greece didn't fall. In this film, they're just, they're protecting like Sparta, but they die, and then a year later the Greek army comes back, and for some reason Xerxes hasn't moved.
Yeah. Gerard Butler's a weird casting choice for a Greek man.
Well, the king is Scottish.
Yeah, but he doesn't sound Scottish.
Doesn't sound Greek.
It was just a case of they went, we've got these big lines, we need somebody to kind of say it in a cool way, and like in the comic, who kind of looks like that, I guess. Gerard Butler kind of said this is Sparta quite well.
Yeah, he sounds
kind
good
of it,
saying
isn't it?
those
That's
lines.
kind of it. Yeah.
What other thing I will say is, you can tell that Ben didn't really pay attention to the film when he asked, oh, what happened to this character, while the character was on screen.
What happened to Michael Fassbender? Oh.
That.
Speaking of like the style and the filmmaking, then like it was very, very stylized.
Oh, you can't say this film doesn't have style.
You know, I wasn't a huge fan of just the brown sepia tone throughout it was either brown sepia or near black and white in the dark in the night scenes. I wasn't the hugest fan of that, but some of this, you know, very much based off the book. From page to screen, it's very much like Zack's clearly been very inspired by this.
It's a direct translation.
Yeah, yeah.
Christian, did you keep a tally of all the historical inaccuracies?
No, I completely forgot after the point where he kicks the messenger into the pit. But at that point, which is very early on in the film, I'd reached 8.
I was just going to say, Christian, on your list by any chance, did you have the pots that sound like a gunshot? I thought it was a gunshot.
I know Christian said it was historically inaccurate.
I was like, wait, what?
It was really weird, that bit. That he just, it did sound like a rifle had gone off. I wouldn't put it past the film that because it was so inaccurate that there was just going to be rifles just to turn up.
Just do it.
I'd love it.
Just do it.
But like, surely if anyone said to Zack Snyder, "Oh, your 300 was crap. It wasn't historically accurate," he'd laugh in their face.
Well, speaking of accuracies, can I read you a quote from Zack Snyder?
Please.
Director of 300, Zack Snyder, stated in an MTV interview that, quote, "The events are 90% accurate. It's just, it's just in the visualization that it's crazy. I've shown this movie to world-class historians who have said it's amazing. They can't believe it's as accurate as it is."
It's not remotely
Well, there you
accurate.
go, Christian. So shut up. You're not a world-class historian.
It's not.
It's 90% accurate.
Literally 5 minutes into the film, I tallied 5 inaccuracies.
I think, but he said as well, like it's an opera, not a documentary. And he's saying at its core, it's a fantasy film, which it really is.
I don't know, guys, because there were things about this film that I really liked. Like, there were some really striking images in there. You know, the arrows blotting out the sun and all the Spartans on the edge of the cliff and everything. And like, yeah, there's no substance to it, but like, you know, visually, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
and I still think I thought it was pretty
agree.
good when I first watched it, and I think it's pretty good now.
You know what? It's like off camera. I asked you guys about this of like, would you rather a film have sizzle or steak? And this is very much a film with sizzle and not much steak, and I'm okay with that. Like, you have your films that have got real depth and real plot and story, and you can go to them for that. You come to this for just some nice looking action for a bit.
But I would still take the steak, because there are better films that are more simpler and just basic action that have more depth than this. This is proper. Like, I'm not going to think about this tomorrow. This is a bit forgettable, even though visually enjoyable. But I would still take the depth and more nuance.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying this is better than them, but I'm saying while you've got your films that are all depth, you can also have some films that are all just visuals.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what this is.
It has its place. It's not like the most horrendous, like, big blockbuster that we've had, I guess.
Yeah.
Someone should have just told Leonardo, just be like, chill out, man. You know, just can't. Chill out, man.
It ain't that deep.
Yeah.
Tonight, we dine in hell!
Calm down a bit.
Okay, guys, so we've given plenty of thoughts, different opinions, some good, some bad. But now it comes to the whole point in the video where we decide, is 300 officially, is it timeless or is it trash? Dan?
Yeah, I'm going to go for, unsurprisingly, timeless. I'm going to say it's timeless. Even though it's not a perfect film at all, and it's kind of a bit rubbish as well. Like, I'd still kind of, if I'm in the mood, I'd stick this on and I'd find it entertaining. So, yeah, timeless for me.
James?
You put it well when you said that this film has its place. It's fine. It's definitely not offensively bad. It's alright, and it looks cool. So I'm going to give it a week. But I am going to give it a timeless.
I'll go next. It's not as bad as the others we've watched. It's more watchable. And there's other videos we've done in the past where I wish I'd changed my opinion to think timeless. So I think because it's this kind of, I'm also going to go timeless. Even though, I think like you said, James, it's a light timeless for me. Because it's not really trash. It's kind of, it's good fun. I think it's quite funny, quite humorous. It's just a bit insane.
I wonder what Christian's gonna go for.
Yeah, this film's trash. I hope I never see it again.
Well, there we go. As much as Christian will detest, 300 is timeless.
I love democracy.
Is that a controversial opinion? Let us know down in the comments. It might be a bit of an insane one. I know you may be mad now, Christian, and I know you may think, oh, my time with Zack Snyder is over. I'll never have to go back again. But wait until next week. Clip?
It's cherry.
Next week might be the first time that I actually walk away from my computer recording.
Oh no.
Will we get our first walk out of the series? Is Christian going to quit? Stay
Tune in.
Yeah, stay tuned. I think that's everything, isn't it, guys? We'll call it a day there, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed the video, please like and please subscribe. Please, Lord, if we could get to 300 subscribers, that would be amazing. We're way off. Do let us know down below. Like I said, like and subscribe. Do you enjoy 300? Are we insane? Is Christian right? Is it a horribly inaccurate film that we can't take seriously? Or is it just a bit of harmless popcorn fun? I don't know. Let us know, and we'll see you next time. Bye.